Picture this. You're sitting in traffic, late for an important meeting. Your phone buzzes with notifications, emails, texts, reminders. The radio blares news of another crisis, and your mind races with 100 things you need to do. Sound familiar? This is the chaos of modern life, a whirlwind of distractions, deadlines, and demands that leave us feeling scattered, stressed, and disconnected. But what if there was a way to cut through the noise? What if you could find a sense of calm, clarity, and focus? No matter how chaotic life gets, that's where Zen clarity comes in. Rooted in ancient wisdom, Zen teaches us how to quiet the mind, embrace the present moment, and live with intention. In this video, we'll explore 25 powerful steps to help you achieve Zen clarity, guiding you toward inner peace and focus in a world that never stops moving. Whether you're overwhelmed by the pace of life or simply seeking a deeper sense of purpose, these steps will transform the way you think, feel, and live. So take a deep breath and let's begin this journey together. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to navigate life's chaos with grace and clarity. Ready to find your Zen? Let's dive in. Now, let's take the first step toward Zen clarity, embracing the present moment. This is where it all begins. In a world that constantly pulls us in a million directions, the present moment is our anchor. It's the foundation of mindfulness, and without it, true clarity is impossible. Think about it. How often do you find yourself lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future? These mental distractions pull us away from what's happening right now, creating a fog of stress and confusion. Zen teaches us that the present moment is all we truly have, and by focusing on it, we can cut through the noise and find peace. So how do we embrace the present moment? Start with something simple: your breath. Breath awareness is one of the most powerful tools for grounding yourself. Take a moment right now to notice your breathing. Feel the air moving in and out of your body. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to your breath. This simple act of returning to the present can have a profound impact on your mental clarity. Another practical tip is to engage your senses. Look around you and notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This grounding exercise brings you back to the here and now, helping you reconnect with the present moment. Remember, embracing the present isn't about perfection. It's about practice. Some days it might feel effortless, and other days it might feel like a struggle. That's okay. The key is to keep coming back moment by moment. Over time, this practice will help you build a deeper sense of awareness and clarity, laying the groundwork for the steps that follow. So take a deep breath and let's move forward together. Now that we've anchored ourselves in the present moment, let's take the next step toward Zen clarity, letting go of attachments. This is where we begin to untangle ourselves from the mental clutter that holds us back. Think about it. How often do we cling to outcomes, possessions, or even relationships, believing they define our happiness or worth? This clinging creates a heavy burden, filling our minds with worry, fear, and dissatisfaction. Zen teaches us that everything in life is impermanent. The things we hold onto, the people we love, even our own thoughts and emotions, they all change and pass with time. When we resist this truth, we create unnecessary suffering, but when we embrace it, we find freedom. So, how do we practice letting go? Start by recognizing what you're attached to. Is it a specific outcome at work, a material possession you're afraid to lose, or perhaps a relationship you're clinging to out of fear of being alone? Acknowledge these attachments without judgment. Simply notice them. Then, remind yourself of the Zen principle of impermanence. Everything is in a constant state of flux, and trying to hold onto anything only leads to frustration. Instead, focus on appreciating what you have in this moment, knowing it won't last forever. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. Another powerful practice is to cultivate non-attachment through small, intentional actions. For example, try giving something away, a possession you no longer need, or even a kind word to someone without expecting anything in return. These acts remind us that we don't need to cling to things to feel fulfilled. They also help us build a mindset of generosity and openness, which naturally reduces mental clutter. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring or become indifferent. It means you stop trying to control what's beyond your control. It means you allow life to flow, trusting that whatever comes next is part of the journey. This practice takes time and patience, but with each step you'll feel lighter, clearer, and more at peace. So take a deep breath and let's move forward, ready to release what no longer serves us. Now that we've begun to let go of mental attachments, let's turn our attention to the world around us. Step 3 in our journey to Zen clarity is all about simplifying your surroundings. Have you ever noticed how a cluttered room can make your mind feel just as messy? There's a deep connection between the physical space we inhabit and the mental space we carry within us. When our environment is chaotic, it's harder to find peace and focus. But when we simplify our surroundings, we create a foundation for clarity and calm. Start by taking a look at your living or working space. What do you see? Are there piles of items you no longer use, stacks of papers, or objects that no longer serve a purpose? These physical reminders of disorganization can weigh on your mind, even if you're not consciously aware of it. The first step to simplifying is to declutter. This doesn't mean you have to get rid of everything. It's about creating space for what truly matters. Begin with one area at a time. Maybe it's your desk, your closet, or a corner of your living room. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or serve a purpose? If the answer is no, it might be time to let it go. Once you've cleared the clutter, focus on creating a Zen-inspired environment. This doesn't require a complete overhaul of your space. It's about making small, intentional changes. Consider incorporating natural elements like plants, which bring life and calm to a room. Soft, neutral colors can also help create a sense of tranquility. Keep surfaces clear and organized, leaving only the essentials. A clean, open space allows your mind to breathe and helps you feel more grounded. Another key aspect of simplifying your surroundings is reducing distractions. Think about the objects in your space that pull your attention away from the present moment. Maybe it's a buzzing phone, a cluttered shelf, or a noisy gadget. By minimizing these distractions, you create an environment that supports mindfulness and focus. Try designating specific areas for specific activities, like a quiet corner for reading or meditating, and keep those spaces free from unnecessary items. Simplifying your surroundings isn't just about creating a visually pleasing space. It's about cultivating an environment that reflects and supports your inner peace. When your external world is calm and organized, it becomes easier to access that same calm within yourself. So, take a moment to look around. What can you let go of today to create more space, both physically and mentally? As you simplify, you'll find that clarity and calm naturally follow. And with that, we're ready to move forward, stepping into the next practice that brings us closer to Zen clarity. Now that we've simplified our surroundings, let's turn our attention inward, to the way we listen. Step 4 in our journey to Zen clarity is about practicing deep listening. This isn't just about hearing words, it's about truly being present with the person speaking, free from judgment or distraction. In Zen philosophy, deep listening is a form of mindfulness, a way to connect deeply with others and with ourselves. When we listen deeply, we create space for understanding, compassion, and clarity. Think about the last time you had a conversation. Were you fully present, or were you half listening while thinking about what to say next? It's easy to fall into the habit of listening to respond rather than listening to understand. Deep listening requires us to let go of our own thoughts, opinions, and agendas, even if just for a moment. It's about giving the speaker your full attention without interrupting or letting your mind wander. This kind of listening can transform relationships, fostering trust and mutual respect. But deep listening isn't just about improving how we relate to others, it's also a powerful tool for self-awareness. When we listen deeply to others, we start to notice patterns in our own reactions. Do we feel the urge to interrupt? Are we quick to judge or offer advice? These observations can reveal a lot about our inner state and help us cultivate greater mindfulness in our interactions. Over time, deep listening becomes a practice of self-discovery, helping us understand our own thoughts and emotions more clearly. So, how can we practice deep listening in our daily lives? Start by setting an intention to be fully present in your next conversation. Put away distractions like your phone or computer and make eye contact with the person speaking. Focus on their words, tone, and body language. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to the speaker. Resist the urge to interrupt or offer solutions unless they are asked for. Instead, try reflecting back what you've heard to show that you're truly listening. For example, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed by this situation." Is that right? Deep listening also involves listening to silence. Sometimes the most meaningful moments in a conversation happen in the pauses when words aren't needed. By embracing these moments of quiet, we create space for deeper connection and understanding. This practice can feel challenging at first, especially in a world that values quick responses and constant activity. But with time, deep listening becomes a natural part of how we engage with others and ourselves. As we cultivate this skill, we'll find that it not only enhances our relationships but also brings greater clarity to our own minds. When we listen without judgment or distraction, we create a sense of openness and presence that carries over into every aspect of our lives. And with that, we're ready to take the next step on our journey to Zen clarity. Now that we've explored the power of deep listening, let's shift our focus to another essential practice for achieving Zen clarity: cultivating stillness through meditation. Meditation is more than just sitting quietly. It's a profound tool for calming the mind, grounding yourself in the present moment, and creating space for clarity to emerge. In Zen philosophy, meditation is often seen as the foundation of mindfulness, helping us connect with our inner selves and the world around us in a deeper, more meaningful way. If you're new to meditation, don't worry, it's simpler than you might think. The first step is to find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. Sit in a position that feels natural to you, whether that's cross-legged on the floor, in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, or even lying down if that's more comfortable. The key is to keep your spine straight but not rigid, allowing your body to relax while maintaining alertness. Once you're settled, close your eyes gently and bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest, or the gentle movement of your abdomen. There's no need to control your breath, just observe it as it is. If your mind starts to wander, which it inevitably will, don't judge yourself. Simply notice where your thoughts have gone, and then gently guide your focus back to your breath. This act of returning to the present moment is the heart of meditation. As you continue this practice, you'll likely notice a sense of stillness beginning to emerge. This stillness isn't about eliminating all thoughts or achieving a blank mind. It's about creating space between your thoughts, allowing you to observe them without getting caught up in them. Over time, this practice helps you develop a greater sense of inner calm and clarity, even in the midst of life's chaos. The benefits of meditation extend far beyond the moment you spend sitting quietly. Regular practice can help reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance emotional resilience. It also deepens your connection to the present moment, making it easier to let go of distractions and approach life with a sense of openness and curiosity. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a significant difference in how you experience the world. To make meditation a consistent part of your routine, start small. Aim for just 5 to 10 minutes a day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. You might also find it helpful to set a specific time for your practice, such as first thing in the morning or right before bed. Consistency is more important than duration. Even a short daily practice can have a profound impact over time. As you cultivate stillness through meditation, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in your mindset and awareness. The mental clutter that once felt overwhelming may start to feel more manageable, and you'll find it easier to approach challenges with a sense of calm and clarity. This practice isn't about achieving perfection, it's about creating a space where you can reconnect with yourself and the present moment, one breath at a time. With this foundation of stillness, we're ready to explore the next step in our journey to Zen clarity, observing our thoughts without judgment. This practice builds on the awareness we've cultivated through meditation, helping us develop a deeper understanding of our inner world. Now that we've established the foundation of stillness through meditation, let's take the next step in our journey to Zen clarity, observing our thoughts without judgment. This practice is about learning to witness your thoughts as they arise, without getting caught up in them or labeling them as good or bad. Imagine your mind as a vast sky and your thoughts as clouds drifting by. Some clouds are light and fluffy, while others may be dark and heavy, but none of them define the sky itself. Your thoughts are the same, they come and go, but they don't define who you are. To begin, find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, just as you would for meditation. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath, allowing yourself to settle into the present moment. As thoughts arise, simply notice them. You might notice a thought about something you need to do later, or a memory from the past, or even a worry about the future. Instead of engaging with these thoughts or trying to push them away, just observe them. Picture them as clouds floating across the sky of your mind. There's no need to hold onto them or analyze them, just let them pass. It's natural to feel tempted to judge your thoughts, especially if they're negative or unsettling. You might catch yourself thinking, "I shouldn't be feeling this way," or "Why can't I stop thinking about this?" When this happens, gently remind yourself that the goal isn't to control your thoughts, but to observe them with kindness and curiosity. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer a close friend. If you notice judgment arising, acknowledge it without resistance, and then let it go, returning your focus to the present moment. This practice of non-attachment to thoughts can be incredibly freeing. Over time, you'll begin to see that thoughts are just mental events. They don't have to dictate your emotions or actions. By observing them without judgment, you create space between yourself and your thoughts, allowing you to respond to life with greater clarity and intention. This doesn't mean you'll never have challenging thoughts or emotions, but you'll develop a healthier relationship with them, one that's rooted in awareness rather than reactivity. As you continue this practice, you might start to notice patterns in your thinking. Perhaps certain thoughts tend to repeat themselves, or certain emotions arise more frequently. This awareness is a gift. It gives you the opportunity to understand yourself more deeply and to cultivate self-compassion. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate thoughts or emotions, but to observe them with an open heart and a curious mind. By observing your thoughts without judgment, you're not only cultivating Zen clarity, but also building a foundation of inner peace and resilience. This practice helps you navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease, knowing that you don't have to be swept away by every thought or feeling. Instead, you can choose how to respond, grounded in the stillness and awareness you've cultivated. With this deeper understanding of your inner world, we're ready to explore the next step in our journey, embracing imperfection. This practice invites us to let go of the need for perfection and find beauty in the imperfect, messy, and ever-changing nature of life. Now that we've explored the practice of observing thoughts without judgment, let's take a step further into the heart of Zen philosophy, embracing imperfection. This step invites us to shift our perspective and find beauty in what is flawed, incomplete, or transient. At its core, this practice is rooted in the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi, which celebrates the imperfect, the impermanent, and the incomplete. It's about seeing the cracks, the asymmetry, and the wear as part of life's natural rhythm rather than something to be fixed or hidden. Think about a well-loved teacup with a small chip on its rim. In many cultures, this might be seen as a flaw, something to discard or replace. But in the spirit of Wabi Sabi, that chip tells a story. It's a reminder of the moments shared over tea, the hands that held it, and the life it has lived. This teacup, with its imperfections, becomes a symbol of authenticity and depth. In the same way, our own imperfections, whether they're physical, emotional, or mental, are not shortcomings to be ashamed of, but marks of our unique journey through life. To embrace imperfection, start by noticing where you might be holding yourself to unrealistic standards. Perhaps you feel the need to always be productive, to have a perfectly organized home, or to present yourself as flawless to others. These expectations can create a constant sense of pressure and dissatisfaction. Instead, try to approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness. When things don't go as planned or when you make a mistake, remind yourself that these moments are opportunities for growth and learning, not reasons for self-criticism. One way to practice this is through mindfulness. Take a moment to observe the world around you with fresh eyes. Notice the uneven lines of a tree branch, the fading colors of a sunset, or the way a cracked sidewalk is reclaimed by nature. These imperfections are not flaws, they're expressions of life's ever-changing beauty. By training yourself to see the world this way, you can begin to extend the same acceptance to yourself and others. Another powerful way to embrace imperfection is through self-compassion. When you catch yourself being overly critical, pause and ask, would I speak to a friend this way? Often, we're much harsher on ourselves than we would ever be with someone we care about. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding. Recognize that being human means being imperfect, and that's not only okay, it's beautiful. This practice doesn't mean ignoring areas where you want to grow or improve. Instead, it's about approaching those areas with a sense of balance and self-acceptance. You can strive to be better without believing you're not good enough as you are. This shift in mindset can bring a profound sense of peace and clarity, freeing you from the endless cycle of striving for perfection. As you begin to embrace imperfection, you might notice a lightness in your heart and mind. The weight of constant self-judgment starts to lift, and you find yourself more present and open to life as it is, rather than how you think it should be. This is the essence of Zen clarity, seeing things as they are, without the filters of expectation or criticism. With this newfound acceptance, we're ready to move forward to the next step in our journey, disconnecting from digital noise. This practice will help us create space for stillness and presence in a world that often feels overwhelming and chaotic. Now that we've explored the beauty of embracing imperfection, let's turn our attention to a modern challenge that often clouds our clarity: constant connectivity. In today's world, digital noise surrounds us. Notifications buzz, screens glow, and the endless stream of information can leave us feeling scattered and overwhelmed. This step is about stepping back from the digital chaos to reclaim our focus and inner peace. Think about how often you reach for your phone without even realizing it. Maybe it's to check social media, respond to a message, or scroll through the news. While technology connects us in many ways, it can also disconnect us from the present moment. The constant pull of digital distractions fragments our attention, making it harder to think clearly or fully engage with the world around us. This is where the practice of disconnecting from digital noise becomes essential. To begin, consider setting boundaries with your devices. Start small, perhaps by designating specific times of the day as screen-free. For example, you might decide to keep the first hour of your morning and the last hour before bed free from technology. This creates space for stillness and reflection, allowing your mind to settle and recharge. Another strategy is to turn off non-essential notifications. Do you really need to know every time someone likes your post or sends an email? By reducing these interruptions, you can regain control over your attention. Mindful technology use is another key aspect of this practice. Instead of mindlessly scrolling, try to engage with your devices intentionally. Before picking up your phone, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is it necessary, or am I just seeking distraction? This simple pause can help you break the habit of reaching for your phone out of boredom or habit. When you do use technology, focus on one task at a time. Avoid multitasking, as it only divides your attention and increases mental clutter. A digital detox can also be incredibly powerful. This doesn't mean giving up technology entirely. It's about taking intentional breaks to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. You might choose to spend a day without social media, or even a weekend without any screens at all. Use this time to engage in activities that nourish your mind and spirit, like reading a book, taking a walk in nature, or simply sitting in quiet reflection. These moments of disconnection can help you rediscover the clarity and presence that digital noise often obscures. Finally, consider creating a tech-free zone in your home. This could be a corner of your living room, your bedroom, or even your dining table. Make this space a sanctuary where you can unwind without the intrusion of screens. Over time, these small changes can add up, helping you cultivate a healthier relationship with technology and a deeper sense of inner calm. As you begin to disconnect from digital noise, you might notice a shift in your mental clarity. The constant buzz of notifications fades, and you find yourself more present and focused. This practice isn't about rejecting technology. It's about using it in a way that supports your well-being rather than detracts from it. By creating space for stillness, you open the door to greater peace and clarity in your daily life. With this newfound sense of focus, we're ready to move forward to the next step, finding joy in simple pleasures. This practice will help us reconnect with the beauty of everyday moments, bringing a sense of lightness and gratitude to our lives. Now that we've explored the importance of disconnecting from digital noise, let's shift our focus to something equally transformative, finding joy in simple pleasures. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to overlook the small, everyday moments that can bring us peace and clarity. Zen teachings remind us that beauty and fulfillment are often found in the simplest of experiences, if only we take the time to notice them. Think about the act of sipping a cup of tea. When done mindfully, it becomes more than just a routine. It becomes a moment of stillness and presence. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands, notice the aroma rising from the steam, and savor each sip as if it were the first. This simple act can ground you in the present moment, helping to clear your mind and bring a sense of calm. It's not about the tea itself, but the intention and awareness you bring to the experience. Walking in nature is another powerful way to reconnect with simplicity. Whether it's a stroll through a park, a hike in the woods, or even a quiet moment in your backyard, nature has a way of slowing us down and reminding us of what truly matters. Pay attention to the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, or the feel of the earth beneath your feet. These small details, often overlooked, can become sources of joy and clarity when we allow ourselves to fully engage with them. Zen philosophy teaches us that life's most profound moments are often the most ordinary. A sunrise, a shared laugh, the sound of rain. These are the things that can bring us back to the present and help us see the world with fresh eyes. By finding joy in these simple pleasures, we cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment that can transform our daily lives. It's about shifting our perspective from always seeking the next big thing to appreciating what's already here. To practice this, start by identifying one or two simple activities that bring you joy. It could be cooking a meal, tending to a garden, or even just sitting quietly and watching the clouds drift by. Whatever it is, approach it with full attention and curiosity. Let go of distractions and immerse yourself in the experience. Over time, you'll find that these moments of simplicity become anchors of clarity in your day, helping you stay grounded and focused. As you begin to find joy in the simple things, you might notice a shift in your mindset. The constant need for stimulation or external validation starts to fade, replaced by a deeper sense of fulfillment. This practice isn't about denying yourself life's pleasures. It's about recognizing that true happiness often lies in the ordinary. By embracing simplicity, you open yourself to a richer, more meaningful way of living. With this newfound appreciation for life's small joys, we're ready to move forward to the next step, practicing gratitude daily. This practice will help us further cultivate clarity by shifting our focus from what we lack to the abundance that already surrounds us. Now that we've explored the beauty of finding joy in simple pleasures, let's take a step further and dive into the transformative power of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying, "Thank you." It's a mindset, a way of seeing the world that shifts our focus from what we lack to the abundance that already surrounds us. In the practice of Zen, gratitude is a powerful tool for clearing mental fog and cultivating clarity. When we train ourselves to notice and appreciate the good in our lives, no matter how small, we begin to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. Think about it. How often do we get caught up in what's missing or what's not going right? It's easy to focus on the challenges, the setbacks, or the things we wish were different. But when we pause and reflect on what we do have, something remarkable happens. Our perspective shifts, the mental clutter begins to dissolve, and we start to feel lighter, more grounded, and more present. Gratitude helps us reconnect with the present moment, reminding us that even in the midst of chaos, there is always something to be thankful for. One of the simplest and most effective ways to practice gratitude is through journaling. A gratitude journal doesn't have to be elaborate or time-consuming. It's about creating a daily habit of reflection. Here's how you can start. Each day, take a few moments to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small, anything from a kind word from a friend to the warmth of the sun on your skin. The key is to be specific and intentional. Instead of writing, "I'm grateful for my family," try something like, "I'm grateful for the laughter we shared during dinner tonight." This level of detail helps you truly connect with the experience and feel the gratitude more deeply. As you continue this practice, you might notice a shift in your mindset. Over time, your brain starts to naturally seek out moments of gratitude throughout the day, even in the most ordinary moments. That morning cup of coffee, the sound of birds outside your window, or even the feeling of your breath moving in and out, these small details become sources of joy and clarity. Gratitude journaling isn't just about listing things. It's about training your mind to see the world differently, to find beauty and meaning in the everyday. Gratitude also has a ripple effect. When we cultivate gratitude within ourselves, it naturally extends outward, influencing how we interact with others. We become more patient, more compassionate, and more present in our relationships. This isn't just a feel-good idea, it's a practical way to create more harmony and connection in our lives. By focusing on what we appreciate, we create space for more positivity and less stress. To make this practice even more impactful, try pairing it with a moment of stillness. After writing in your gratitude journal, take a few deep breaths and sit quietly, allowing the feelings of gratitude to settle in. Let them fill your mind and body, replacing any lingering negativity or tension. This combination of reflection and stillness can be incredibly grounding, helping you start or end your day with a sense of clarity and peace. As we move forward, remember that gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about finding balance, acknowledging the difficulties while also recognizing the good. This balanced perspective is at the heart of Zen clarity, helping us navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. With this foundation of gratitude, we're ready to explore the next step, letting go of multitasking and embracing the power of single tasking. Now that we've explored the grounding power of gratitude, let's shift our focus to a habit that often undermines our clarity: multitasking. In today's fast-paced world, multitasking is often seen as a badge of productivity. We juggle emails, meetings, and personal tasks, all while trying to stay on top of our to-do list. But here's the truth: multitasking doesn't make us more efficient. In fact, it fragments our attention, leaving us scattered and less effective. For those seeking Zen clarity, the practice of single tasking is a game changer. When we multitask, our brain is forced to constantly switch between tasks, which drains mental energy and reduces focus. Think of it like trying to watch multiple TV shows at once. You might catch bits and pieces, but you'll never fully engage with any of them. The same happens when we divide our attention. Studies show that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40% and increase the likelihood of errors. It's a recipe for mental clutter, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and disconnected from the present moment. Single tasking, on the other hand, is about giving your full attention to one thing at a time. It's a practice deeply rooted in Zen philosophy, where mindfulness and presence are key. When you single task, you're not just completing a task, you're fully immersed in it. Whether you're writing an email, washing dishes, or having a conversation, you're giving it your undivided attention. This focused approach not only improves the quality of your work, but also brings a sense of calm and clarity. To start practicing single tasking, begin by identifying one task to focus on. Set aside distractions, put your phone on silent, close unnecessary tabs, and create a space where you can fully engage. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the task at hand. It's natural for thoughts to drift, but the key is to notice and redirect without judgment. Over time, this practice strengthens your ability to stay present and focused. Another helpful strategy is to break larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of trying to tackle everything at once, focus on one step at a time. For example, if you're working on a project, dedicate a specific block of time to brainstorming, then another to outlining, and so on. This approach not only makes the task less daunting, but also allows you to fully engage with each part of the process. Single tasking also extends beyond work. It's about bringing mindfulness to everyday activities. When you eat, savor each bite. When you walk, notice the rhythm of your steps and the sensations in your body. By fully immersing yourself in these moments, you cultivate a deeper connection to the present, which is at the heart of Zen clarity. As you embrace single tasking, you'll likely notice a shift in how you experience your day. Tasks that once felt overwhelming become more manageable, and you'll find yourself feeling more grounded and less rushed. This practice isn't about doing more, it's about doing less, but with greater intention and focus. By letting go of multitasking, you create space for clarity, creativity, and peace. With this newfound focus, we're ready to explore the next step, embracing silence and its profound role in cultivating Zen clarity. Now that we've uncovered the transformative power of single tasking, let's step into the quiet, a space where silence becomes a profound tool for cultivating Zen clarity. In a world filled with constant noise, be it the hum of technology, the chatter of conversations, or the endless stream of thoughts in our minds, silence offers a rare and powerful refuge. Embracing silence isn't just about the absence of sound. It's about creating space for stillness, reflection, and inner peace. In Zen practice, silence is considered a gateway to deeper awareness. It allows us to step back from the chaos and reconnect with our true selves. Think of silence as a reset button for the mind. When we quiet the external noise, we create room to hear our inner voice, to observe our thoughts without judgment, and to simply be. This practice isn't about escaping life, but about finding clarity within it. One of the simplest ways to incorporate silence into your daily routine is through morning quiet time. Before the demands of the day take over, dedicate a few moments to sit in stillness. This doesn't have to be a formal meditation session. It can be as simple as sitting with your morning tea or coffee, free from distractions. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and allow yourself to simply exist in the quiet. This small ritual can set a calm and centered tone for the rest of your day. Another way to embrace silence is through mindful pauses. Throughout your day, take short breaks to step away from noise and activity. Find a quiet corner, close your eyes, and focus on your breath for a minute or two. These moments of stillness act as anchors, helping you stay grounded and present amidst the busyness of life. Even in the midst of a hectic schedule, these pauses can bring a sense of calm and clarity. Silence also plays a powerful role in communication. In conversations, practice the art of listening without immediately responding. Allow moments of silence to linger, giving space for deeper understanding and connection. This not only enhances your relationships but also helps you become more attuned to the nuances of your own thoughts and emotions. For those who find complete silence challenging, start small. Begin with just a few minutes of quiet each day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. You might also explore activities that naturally invite silence, such as walking in nature, journaling, or even engaging in creative pursuits like painting or writing. These activities allow you to immerse yourself in the present moment, fostering a sense of peace and clarity. As you embrace silence, you'll begin to notice its subtle yet profound effects. It's in the quiet moments that we often find the answers we've been seeking, the clarity we've been longing for, and the peace that eludes us in the noise. Silence isn't just a practice, it's a gift we give ourselves, a reminder to slow down, breathe, and reconnect with what truly matters. With this newfound appreciation for stillness, we're ready to explore the next step, releasing the need for control and surrendering to the natural flow of life. Now, as we move from the stillness of silence, let's explore a concept that often feels counterintuitive but is deeply liberating: releasing the need for control. In a world where we're constantly encouraged to plan, predict, and manage every detail of our lives, the idea of letting go can seem unsettling. Yet, Zen teaches us that the desire to control outcomes is one of the greatest sources of stress and mental clutter. When we cling to the illusion of control, we resist the natural flow of life, creating tension and frustration. Zen philosophy invites us to embrace the concept of surrender not as a sign of weakness, but as an act of profound wisdom. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means trusting the process of life and accepting that not everything is within our power to change. Think of it like a river. When you try to swim against the current, you exhaust yourself. But when you let go and flow with the water, you move effortlessly, carried by its natural rhythm. Life, too, has its own current, and surrendering to it allows us to navigate challenges with greater ease and clarity. One of the core teachings in Zen is the idea of mushin, or no mind. This state of mind is free from attachment to outcomes, judgments, or the need to control. It's about being fully present and responding to each moment as it arises without resistance. When we practice mushin, we release the mental burden of trying to force things to go a certain way. Instead, we open ourselves to the possibilities that life presents, finding peace in the unknown. To begin releasing the need for control, start by observing where this tendency shows up in your life. Are you constantly worrying about the future? Do you feel anxious when things don't go according to plan? These are signs that you're holding on too tightly. A simple yet powerful practice is to remind yourself daily, I cannot control everything, and that's okay. This affirmation helps shift your mindset from resistance to acceptance. Another way to cultivate surrender is through mindfulness. When you notice yourself trying to control a situation, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to let go right now? Often, the act of simply acknowledging your desire for control can create space for a more relaxed and open approach. Over time, this practice helps you build trust in life's unfolding, even when the path ahead is uncertain. Zen also encourages us to find beauty in impermanence. Life is constantly changing, and trying to control it is like trying to hold on to water. It's about being fully present and responding to each moment as it arises without resistance. It slips through your fingers no matter how tightly you grasp. By embracing the transient nature of all things, we learn to appreciate each moment for what it is, rather than clinging to how we think it should be. This shift in perspective not only reduces stress but also deepens our sense of gratitude and presence. As you practice releasing control, you'll begin to notice a subtle yet profound shift in your experience of life. Challenges that once felt overwhelming may become opportunities for growth. Situations that seemed chaotic may reveal hidden order, and in moments of uncertainty, you'll find a quiet confidence in your ability to adapt and flow with whatever comes your way. With this newfound sense of surrender, we're ready to explore the next step, practicing mindful eating and how it can enhance our connection to the present moment. Now, as we transition from the practice of surrendering control, let's turn our attention to something we do every day but often overlook: eating. Step 14 invites us to explore mindful eating, a practice that transforms a simple act into a profound opportunity for clarity and presence. In our fast-paced world, meals are often rushed, eaten on the go, or consumed while distracted by screens or thoughts. But what if we approached eating as a sacred ritual, a moment to reconnect with ourselves and the present? Mindful eating is about bringing full awareness to the experience of eating. It's not just about what we eat, but how we eat. When we eat mindfully, we slow down, savor each bite, and truly engage with the flavors, textures, and sensations of our food. This practice not only enhances our enjoyment of meals, but also deepens our connection to the present moment, fostering a sense of calm and clarity. To begin practicing mindful eating, start by creating a calm environment for your meals. Turn off distractions like the television or your phone, and take a moment to appreciate the food in front of you. Notice its colors, shapes, and aromas. Before taking the first bite, pause and express gratitude for the nourishment it provides. This simple act of acknowledgement shifts your mindset from consumption to appreciation. As you eat, focus on each bite. Chew slowly and deliberately, paying attention to the taste and texture of the food. Notice how it feels in your mouth, how the flavors evolve, and how your body responds. If your mind starts to wander, perhaps to thoughts of work or other responsibilities, gently bring your attention back to the act of eating. This practice of returning to the present moment is at the heart of mindfulness. Mindful eating also encourages us to listen to our bodies. Instead of eating out of habit or emotion, tune into your hunger and fullness cues. Ask yourself, am I eating because I'm truly hungry, or am I seeking comfort or distraction? By aligning your eating habits with your body's natural signals, you cultivate a healthier relationship with food and a deeper awareness of your needs. Zen teachings remind us that every action, no matter how small, can be an opportunity for mindfulness. Eating is no exception. When we approach meals with intention and presence, we transform a routine activity into a practice of clarity and connection. Over time, mindful eating can help reduce stress, improve digestion, and bring a sense of balance to your daily life. As you incorporate mindful eating into your routine, you'll likely notice a ripple effect. The awareness you cultivate during meals can extend to other areas of your life, helping you stay grounded and present in everything you do. With this practice, we're not just nourishing our bodies, we're nourishing our minds and spirits as well. With this newfound awareness of how we nourish ourselves, let's move forward to explore the next step, connecting with nature and how it aligns with Zen principles to clear mental clutter. Now, as we step away from the table and the mindful practice of eating, let's venture outdoors to explore the next step in our journey towards Zen clarity, connecting with nature. There's something inherently calming about being surrounded by trees, feeling the earth beneath your feet, and hearing the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. Nature has a unique way of grounding us, pulling us out of the chaos of our thoughts and into the simplicity of the present moment. Zen teachings have long emphasized the harmony between humans and the natural world. Nature, in its purest form, operates without judgment or attachment. It simply exists, flowing effortlessly with the rhythms of life. When we immerse ourselves in nature, we begin to align with this same sense of ease and balance. The mental clutter that often clouds our minds starts to dissolve, replaced by a quiet clarity that feels both refreshing and grounding. One powerful way to connect with nature is through the practice of forest bathing, or Shinrin-yoku, a Japanese tradition that involves mindfully spending time in a forest. This isn't about hiking or exercising, it's about simply being present in the natural environment. As you walk slowly through the forest, engage all your senses. Notice the scent of pine or earth, the texture of tree bark, the play of light filtering through the leaves. Let the sounds of birdsong or a babbling stream wash over you. This practice isn't just relaxing, it's deeply restorative, helping to reduce stress and improve mental clarity. If you don't have access to a forest, don't worry. Any natural setting can serve as a space for connection. A park, a beach, or even your backyard can become a sanctuary for mindfulness. The key is to approach your time in nature with intention. Leave your phone behind, or at least set it aside, and allow yourself to fully engage with the environment. Sit quietly and observe the details around you. The way a leaf flutters in the breeze, the patterns of clouds in the sky, or the feel of grass beneath your hands. These small moments of presence can have a profound impact on your mental state. Spending time in nature also reminds us of our place in the larger web of life. It's easy to get caught up in the pressures of daily life, feeling like the weight of the world rests on our shoulders. But when we step into nature, we're reminded of the vastness of the world and the cyclical nature of existence. Trees grow, leaves fall, seasons change, all without effort or resistance. This perspective can help us release the need to control every aspect of our lives and instead trust in the natural flow of things. As you make time to connect with nature, you'll likely notice a shift in your mental clarity. The noise of your thoughts quiets and you begin to feel more centered and at peace. This practice isn't just about escaping the busyness of life. It's about returning to a state of balance and harmony, both within yourself and with the world around you. With this sense of calm and connection, let's move forward to explore how cultivating compassion can further deepen our journey towards Zen clarity. Now, as we carry the calm and connection we've found in nature into our next step, let's turn our attention inward to explore the transformative power of compassion. In Zen practice, compassion is more than just a feeling. It's a way of being that helps us dissolve the barriers created by ego-driven thoughts and judgments. When we cultivate compassion, we open our hearts not only to others but also to ourselves, creating a space where mental clarity can flourish. At its core, compassion is about recognizing the shared humanity in all of us. It's the understanding that everyone, including ourselves, is doing the best they can with the circumstances they're given. This perspective softens the harsh edges of judgment and criticism, allowing us to see situations and people with greater clarity. When we let go of the need to judge or compare, we free ourselves from the mental noise that often clouds our thinking. One way to begin cultivating compassion is through a simple practice called loving kindness meditation. This involves silently repeating phrases like, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be at peace," and then extending these wishes to others. Start with yourself, then gradually include loved ones, acquaintances, and even those you may find difficult. This practice helps break down the walls of separation created by the ego, fostering a sense of connection and understanding. Compassion also invites us to approach our own mistakes and shortcomings with kindness. Often, we're our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards. But when we treat ourselves with the same gentleness we'd offer a friend, we create an environment where clarity can thrive. Instead of getting caught up in self-criticism, we can observe our thoughts and actions without judgment, learning and growing from them. In relationships, compassion acts as a bridge, helping us navigate conflicts and misunderstandings with greater ease. When we approach others with an open heart, we're less likely to react defensively or with anger. Instead, we can listen deeply, seeking to understand rather than to be understood. This shift in perspective not only strengthens our connections but also clears away the mental clutter that arises from unresolved tensions. As we practice compassion, we begin to notice a subtle but profound shift in our mental landscape. The ego's constant chatter, its need to be right, to control, or to compare starts to quiet down. In its place, a sense of peace and clarity emerges. We see the world not through the lens of separation, but through the lens of connection, where every interaction becomes an opportunity for understanding and growth. With this newfound clarity, let's continue our journey by exploring how releasing negative emotions can further deepen our path towards Zen clarity. Now, as we move deeper into our journey towards Zen clarity, let's explore how releasing negative emotions can free us from the weight of anger, resentment, and fear. These emotions, when left unchecked, can cloud our minds and disrupt our inner peace. But with the right tools, we can learn to acknowledge them, understand their roots, and let them go, creating space for clarity and calm. Negative emotions often arise from unmet expectations, past hurts, or fears about the future. In Zen practice, the first step is to simply notice these emotions without judgment. Instead of pushing them away or getting caught up in their intensity, we observe them as they are temporary and ever-changing, like clouds passing through the sky. This act of mindful observation helps us detach from the emotion, allowing us to see it more clearly and respond with intention rather than react impulsively. One powerful Zen technique for releasing negative emotions is breathwork. When anger or resentment surfaces, pause and take a few deep, slow breaths. Focus on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This simple act shifts your attention away from the emotion and grounds you in the present moment. As you breathe, imagine the emotion dissolving with each exhale, leaving you lighter and more at ease. Another effective practice is reflection. When you feel ready, sit quietly and ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Often, negative emotions are signals pointing to deeper needs or unresolved issues. By reflecting on their source, you can gain insight into what truly matters to you and take steps to address it. For example, anger might reveal a boundary that's been crossed, while fear could highlight an area where you need more support or reassurance. It's also important to practice self-compassion during this process. Negative emotions can feel overwhelming, but they don't define who you are. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel this way and that you're doing the best you can. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend going through a tough time. This gentle approach helps soften the grip of the emotion, making it easier to release. As you work through these emotions, you may find it helpful to use a Zen-inspired journaling practice. Write down what you're feeling and why, then reflect on how you can respond in a way that aligns with your values and promotes peace. This process not only helps you process the emotion, but also strengthens your ability to handle similar situations in the future. Releasing negative emotions isn't about denying or suppressing them. It's about acknowledging their presence, understanding their message, and letting them go with grace. As you practice these techniques, you'll notice a growing sense of clarity and freedom, allowing you to move through life with greater ease and presence. With this newfound lightness, let's continue our journey by focusing on the power of single tasking and how it can help us maintain clarity in a world full of distractions. Now, as we shift our focus to the next step in our journey towards Zen clarity, let's explore the transformative power of single tasking. In a world that often glorifies multitasking, the idea of doing just one thing at a time might seem counterintuitive. But here's the truth: multitasking doesn't make us more productive, it fragments our attention, leaving us scattered and drained. Single tasking, on the other hand, allows us to fully immerse ourselves in the present moment, bringing a sense of calm and clarity to everything we do. Think about it. When you try to juggle multiple tasks at once, your brain is constantly switching gears. This not only slows you down but also increases the likelihood of mistakes. Single tasking, however, lets you channel all your energy into one activity, helping you work more efficiently and with greater focus. For example, instead of checking emails while eating lunch, try savoring your meal without distractions. Notice how much more enjoyable and satisfying the experience becomes when you give it your full attention. To practice single tasking, start by setting clear priorities. At the beginning of your day, identify the most important task you want to accomplish. Then, dedicate a specific block of time to focus solely on that task. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and create a quiet, clutter-free environment to minimize distractions. If your mind starts to wander, gently guide it back to the task at hand without judgment. Over time, this practice will help you build a stronger ability to concentrate and stay present. Another helpful tip is to break larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps. When a project feels overwhelming, it's easy to get distracted or procrastinate. By breaking it down, you can focus on one step at a time, making the process feel less daunting. For instance, if you're writing a report, start by outlining the main points, then move on to drafting one section at a time. This approach not only keeps you focused but also gives you a sense of progress and accomplishment. It's also important to recognize when you need a break. Single tasking doesn't mean pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion. In fact, taking short, mindful breaks can actually enhance your focus and productivity. Try the Pomodoro technique. Work on a task for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break to stretch, breathe, or simply rest your mind. This rhythm helps you maintain sustained focus while preventing burnout. As you embrace single tasking, you'll begin to notice a profound shift in your mental clarity and overall well-being. Tasks that once felt stressful or overwhelming will become more manageable, and you'll find greater joy in the simple act of being fully present. This practice not only enhances your productivity but also deepens your connection to the present moment, bringing you closer to the Zen clarity we've been exploring. With this newfound focus, let's continue our journey by delving into the Zen concept of beginner's mind and how approaching life with curiosity and openness can further enhance our clarity and sense of peace. Now, as we turn our attention to the next step in cultivating Zen clarity, let's explore the profound concept of beginner's mind, or Shoshin in Zen philosophy. This idea invites us to approach life with the same openness, curiosity, and wonder that a beginner might bring to a new experience. It's about letting go of preconceived notions, assumptions, and the need to be an expert, and instead embracing each moment as if we're encountering it for the very first time. Think about how a child explores the world. Everything is fresh, exciting, and full of possibility. They don't carry the weight of past experiences or judgments. Beginner's mind encourages us to adopt this same mindset, even in situations we think we know well. For example, imagine drinking a cup of tea. Instead of rushing through it while thinking about your to-do list, approach it as if it's your first time tasting tea. Notice the aroma, the warmth of the cup in your hands, the subtle flavors on your tongue. This simple shift in perspective can transform an ordinary moment into something extraordinary. One of the key benefits of beginner's mind is that it helps us break free from mental ruts. When we think we already know how something works or how it should be, we close ourselves off to new possibilities. But by approaching life with curiosity, we open ourselves to learning, growth, and unexpected insights. This not only enhances our clarity, but also deepens our appreciation for the richness of each moment. To practice beginner's mind, start by questioning your assumptions. When you find yourself thinking, "I already know this," pause and ask, "What if I don't?" For instance, if you're reading a book you've read before, try to notice details you might have missed the first time. Or if you're engaging in a familiar activity, like walking in your neighborhood, pay attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations as if you're experiencing them for the first time. This practice can help you see the world with fresh eyes and cultivate a deeper sense of presence. Another way to embrace beginner's mind is to let go of the need to be perfect or in control. Often, our fear of making mistakes or looking inexperienced holds us back from trying new things. But in Zen, there's beauty in imperfection and growth in the unknown. Whether you're learning a new skill, starting a new project, or simply navigating a challenging situation, approach it with a spirit of curiosity and openness. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. As you integrate beginner's mind into your daily life, you'll notice a shift in how you experience the world. Tasks that once felt routine will become opportunities for discovery, and challenges will feel less daunting when approached with curiosity rather than fear. This mindset not only enhances your mental clarity but also fosters a deeper connection to the present moment, bringing you closer to the Zen clarity we've been exploring. With this fresh perspective, let's move forward to the next step, where we'll dive into the practice of Zazen, or seated meditation, and how it can help us cultivate stillness and focus in our pursuit of Zen clarity. Now, let's take a step deeper into the heart of Zen practice with Zazen, or seated meditation. This ancient technique is one of the most powerful tools for cultivating mental clarity and stillness, and it's simpler than you might think. At its core, Zazen is about sitting in awareness, allowing your mind to settle naturally, and finding stillness within the chaos of life. To begin, find a quiet space where you can sit undisturbed for at least 10 to 15 minutes. You don't need a special meditation cushion, though one can help. A chair or even the edge of your bed will work just fine. The key is to sit with your back straight, as if you're gently lifting the crown of your head toward the ceiling. This posture helps keep your mind alert and your body relaxed. Rest your hands in your lap with your palms facing upward, one hand resting on the other and your thumbs lightly touching. This position, called the cosmic mudra, creates a sense of balance and calm. Now bring your attention to your breath. Breathe naturally without forcing or controlling it. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, or the subtle movement of your abdomen. If your mind starts to wander, and it will, that's completely normal. When you notice your thoughts drifting, simply acknowledge them without judgment and gently guide your focus back to your breath. This act of returning to the present moment is the essence of Zazen. One of the most beautiful aspects of Zazen is its simplicity. There's no need to visualize anything, chant mantras, or strive for a particular state of mind. Instead, it's about being fully present with whatever arises, whether it's a thought, an emotion, or a sensation. Over time, this practice helps you develop a deeper awareness of your mind and its patterns, allowing you to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. This is where mental clarity begins to emerge. As you continue your Zazen practice, you might notice moments of stillness and spaciousness within your mind. These moments are like glimpses into the clarity and peace that Zen teachings point to. Even if they're brief at first, they're a sign that you're on the right path. Remember, Zazen isn't about achieving a particular outcome, it's about showing up, sitting with what is, and letting go of the need to control or fix anything. To make Zazen a regular part of your life, start with short sessions and gradually increase the duration as you feel comfortable. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Over time, you'll find that the stillness you cultivate during Zazen begins to ripple into other areas of your life, helping you approach challenges with greater calm and clarity. With this foundation in Zazen, we're ready to explore the next step, where we'll examine how letting go of comparisons can further enhance your journey toward Zen clarity. Now, let's shift our focus to a practice that can profoundly transform your relationship with yourself and others, letting go of comparisons. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with images of success, beauty, and achievement, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring ourselves against others. But here's the truth: comparison is a thief of joy and clarity. It creates mental noise, pulling us away from the present moment and filling our minds with doubt, envy, and dissatisfaction. Zen teachings remind us that each person's journey is unique. There's no universal standard for success or happiness, and trying to fit yourself into someone else's mold only leads to inner turmoil. Instead of focusing on what others are doing or achieving, Zen encourages us to turn inward and cultivate self-acceptance. This doesn't mean ignoring your aspirations or settling for less. It means recognizing your inherent worth and embracing where you are in this moment. One powerful way to let go of comparisons is to practice gratitude for your own path. Take a moment to reflect on your strengths, your progress, and the lessons you've learned along the way. When you appreciate your own journey, the need to compare yourself to others naturally diminishes. Another Zen-inspired approach is to view others not as competitors but as mirrors. When you notice yourself feeling envious or inadequate, ask yourself, what is this person reflecting back to me? Often, these feelings point to unmet needs or desires within yourself, offering an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. It's also helpful to remember that what we see of others is often just a highlight reel. Social media, for example, rarely shows the struggles, doubts, or failures that are part of every human experience. When you catch yourself comparing, gently remind yourself that you're only seeing a fraction of someone else's story. Instead of focusing on what you lack, shift your attention to what you can cultivate within yourself, whether it's kindness, creativity, or resilience. Zen teaches us that true peace comes from within, not from external validation or achievements. By letting go of comparisons, you create space for self-compassion and inner stillness. This doesn't happen overnight, but with practice, you'll find that your mind becomes quieter, your heart lighter, and your clarity sharper. As you release the habit of comparing, you'll discover a deeper sense of freedom and contentment, rooted in the simple truth that you are enough just as you are. With this newfound perspective, we're ready to explore the next step, where we'll dive into the power of creating daily rituals to anchor your Zen practice and bring even more clarity into your life. Now, let's turn our attention to a practice that can bring structure and serenity to your daily life, creating a daily ritual. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to feel scattered and overwhelmed. But by establishing simple, intentional rituals, you can create moments of calm and clarity that anchor your day. These rituals don't need to be elaborate or time-consuming, they just need to be meaningful to you. One of the most accessible Zen-inspired rituals is starting your day with a mindful morning routine. This could be as simple as brewing a cup of tea and savoring it in silence, allowing yourself to fully wake up and set an intention for the day ahead. The act of preparing and drinking tea can become a meditative practice, grounding you in the present moment and helping you approach the day with a sense of calm and focus. Another powerful ritual is evening reflection. Before bed, take a few minutes to sit quietly and review your day. Reflect on what went well, what challenged you, and what you're grateful for. This practice not only helps you process the events of the day, but also allows you to release any lingering stress or tension, making it easier to rest and recharge. You might even keep a small journal by your bedside to jot down your thoughts, creating a tangible record of your journey toward clarity. If mornings or evenings feel too busy, consider incorporating mini rituals throughout your day. For example, take a few deep breaths before starting a new task or pause for a moment of gratitude before meals. These small acts of mindfulness can serve as gentle reminders to stay present and connected to your inner self. The key to creating a daily ritual is consistency. Choose practices that resonate with you and commit to doing them regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Over time, these rituals will become second nature, weaving moments of stillness and reflection into the fabric of your life. They'll act as anchors, helping you stay grounded and centered, no matter what challenges arise. As you explore this step, remember that the goal isn't perfection, it's presence. Your rituals don't need to look like anyone else's. What matters is that they bring you a sense of peace and clarity, helping you reconnect with yourself and the world around you. With this in mind, let's move forward to the next step, where we'll explore how to release the past and embrace the freedom of living fully in the present. Now, let's shift our focus to a step that can profoundly transform your mental clarity, releasing the past. Holding on to past mistakes, regrets, or old wounds can weigh heavily on your mind, creating a fog that obscures your ability to see the present clearly. Zen teaches us that the past is like a shadow. It may follow us, but it doesn't define us. To achieve true clarity, we must learn to let go of what no longer serves us. One powerful Zen practice for releasing the past is the art of mindful acknowledgement. Instead of pushing away painful memories or regrets, allow yourself to acknowledge them without judgment. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and simply observe these thoughts as they arise. Imagine them as leaves floating down a stream. Notice them, but don't cling to them. This practice helps you create space between yourself and your past, allowing you to see it as a part of your journey rather than a burden. Another effective technique is the practice of forgiveness, both for yourself and others. Holding onto resentment or guilt ties you to the past, keeping you stuck in a cycle of negativity. Begin by reflecting on the situation that troubles you. Then silently repeat a phrase like, "I release this pain," or "I forgive myself and others." This isn't about excusing harmful actions, it's about freeing yourself from the emotional weight they carry. Forgiveness, in the Zen sense, is a gift you give to your own mind. You can also use the power of ritual to symbolize letting go. Write down your regrets or painful memories on a piece of paper, then safely burn or bury it. As you do this, visualize the past dissolving, making room for new beginnings. This physical act can be deeply cathartic, helping you feel a tangible sense of release. Finally, remember that releasing the past is an ongoing practice, not a one-time event. Each day, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are you holding on to something that no longer serves you? If so, gently remind yourself to return to the present. Over time, this practice will help you cultivate a lighter, freer mind, unclouded by the shadows of yesterday. As we move forward, we'll explore how embracing the unknown can further deepen your sense of clarity and peace. By letting go of the past, you open yourself to the limitless possibilities of the present moment. Now, let's step into a space where uncertainty becomes a source of strength rather than fear. Embracing the unknown is a cornerstone of Zen philosophy, and it holds the key to unlocking a deeper sense of clarity and peace. In a world that often feels unpredictable, learning to welcome uncertainty can transform how you navigate life's twists and turns. Zen teaches us that the unknown isn't something to resist, it's an invitation to live fully in the present moment. When we cling to the illusion of control, we create unnecessary stress and anxiety. But when we let go and trust the flow of life, we open ourselves to new possibilities and insights. Think of it like standing at the edge of a vast ocean. Instead of fearing the waves, you learn to ride them, finding balance and calm even in the midst of change. One way to embrace the unknown is through the practice of radical acceptance. This means acknowledging that life is inherently uncertain and that trying to predict or control every outcome is futile. Start by noticing when you feel anxious about the future. Instead of resisting that feeling, sit with it, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that uncertainty is a natural part of existence. This simple shift in perspective can help you release the tension that comes from trying to control what you cannot. Another powerful Zen technique is to cultivate curiosity about the unknown. Instead of viewing uncertainty as a threat, see it as an opportunity for growth and discovery. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Or how might this challenge help me grow? By approaching the unknown with an open mind, you transform fear into curiosity and anxiety into clarity. You can also practice letting go of the need for certainty in small, everyday ways. For example, try taking a different route to work or trying a new activity without overthinking it. These small acts of surrender help you build trust in the process of life, teaching you that even when things don't go as planned, you have the resilience to adapt and thrive. Finally, remember that embracing the unknown is a journey, not a destination. Each day offers new opportunities to practice trust and openness. As you let go of the need to control every outcome, you'll find that clarity emerges naturally, like sunlight breaking through the clouds. The unknown becomes not something to fear, but a source of endless possibility. With this mindset, we're ready to explore the final step in our journey toward Zen clarity, living with intention. By embracing the unknown, you've already taken a powerful step toward aligning your actions with your deepest values, paving the way for a life of purpose and peace. Now, as we arrive at the final step in our journey toward Zen clarity, we turn our attention to the transformative power of living with intention. This is where the essence of Zen philosophy meets the practical choices we make every day. Living with intention means aligning your actions with your deepest values, creating a life that feels purposeful and meaningful. It's about moving through the world with awareness, ensuring that each step you take reflects what truly matters to you. At its core, living intentionally is a practice of mindfulness in action. It's not just about setting goals or making plans. It's about being fully present in each moment and making choices that resonate with your inner truth. When you live with intention, you stop drifting through life on autopilot and start steering your own course. This clarity of purpose naturally reduces mental clutter, allowing you to focus on what's truly important. One way to begin living intentionally is to take a moment each day to reflect on your values. Ask yourself, what do I care about most, or what kind of person do I want to be? These questions help you reconnect with your core beliefs and guide your decisions. For example, if kindness is a value you hold dear, you might look for small ways to practice it throughout your day, whether it's through a thoughtful gesture or simply listening deeply to someone. Another key aspect of intentional living is setting mindful goals. These aren't just about achieving external success, they're about creating a life that aligns with your inner vision. Start by identifying what brings you joy, peace, or fulfillment. Then, break those larger aspirations into small, actionable steps. Maybe it's dedicating time each morning to meditation, or choosing to spend more quality time with loved ones. The key is to ensure that your goals reflect your values, not societal expectations or external pressures. Living with intention also means being honest about what no longer serves you. This could involve letting go of habits, relationships, or commitments that drain your energy or pull you away from your true path. Zen teaches us that clarity often comes from subtraction, not addition. By removing what doesn't align with your values, you create space for what truly matters. Finally, remember that living intentionally is a practice, not a one-time achievement. It requires ongoing reflection and adjustment. Some days you'll feel deeply aligned with your values, while other days might feel more challenging. That's okay. The beauty of this practice lies in its flexibility and compassion. Each moment offers a new opportunity to choose intention over distraction, purpose over habit. As we wrap up this step, take a moment to consider how living with intention can transform not just your own life, but also the lives of those around you. When you act from a place of clarity and purpose, you inspire others to do the same. This ripple effect is one of the most profound gifts of Zen clarity, a reminder that your choices have the power to create positive change, both within and beyond yourself. Now, let's take a closer look at how to bring intention into the small, everyday moments of your life. Living intentionally isn't just about grand gestures or life-changing decisions. It's about weaving mindfulness and purpose into the fabric of your daily routine. One practical way to do this is by starting your day with a moment of reflection. Before you reach for your phone or dive into your to-do list, pause and ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to bring into today? This simple question can set the tone for how you approach your tasks, interactions, and even your own thoughts. For example, if you value calmness, you might begin your morning with a few minutes of deep breathing or a quiet cup of tea. If creativity is important to you, you could dedicate time to journaling or sketching before the demands of the day take over. These small, intentional acts help you align your actions with your values right from the start, creating a sense of clarity and focus that carries through the rest of your day. Another way to apply intention is by being mindful of how you spend your time. Take a moment to evaluate your daily habits and ask yourself if they reflect what truly matters to you. Are you spending hours scrolling through social media when you'd rather be reading, learning, or connecting with loved ones? If so, consider setting boundaries around your screen time. For instance, you might decide to check your phone only at specific times, freeing up space for activities that bring you joy or fulfillment. Intentional living also extends to how you interact with others. When you're fully present in conversations, you create deeper connections and foster understanding. Instead of multitasking or planning your response while someone is speaking, try truly listening, giving them your full attention without judgment or distraction. This practice not only enriches your relationships but also helps you stay grounded in the present moment, a key principle of Zen clarity. Even mundane tasks can become opportunities for intentional living. Washing dishes, folding laundry, or walking to work can all be transformed into mindful practices if you approach them with awareness. Instead of rushing through these activities, slow down and focus on the sensations, movements, and rhythms involved. This shift in perspective turns everyday chores into moments of presence and gratitude, reminding you that even the simplest actions can carry meaning. Finally, consider how your environment supports your intentions. A cluttered or chaotic space can make it harder to stay focused and aligned with your values. Take time to organize your surroundings, creating a calm and inspiring atmosphere that reflects your inner clarity. This might mean clearing off your desk, adding a plant to your workspace, or lighting a candle during your evening wind down. These small changes can have a big impact, helping you stay connected to your intentions throughout the day. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you create a rhythm of mindfulness and purpose that strengthens your connection to Zen clarity. Remember, living intentionally isn't about perfection. It's about making small, consistent choices that align with your values and bring you closer to the life you envision. Each moment is an opportunity to choose intention over distraction, and with time, these choices become second nature, guiding you toward a life of clarity and peace. Now, let's explore some of the common obstacles that can arise when trying to live intentionally and how Zen principles can help you navigate them. One of the biggest challenges is the constant pull of distractions. In a world filled with notifications, deadlines, and endless to-do lists, it's easy to lose sight of your intentions. When this happens, remind yourself to return to the present moment. A simple Zen practice is to pause and take 3 deep breaths whenever you feel overwhelmed. This small act can help you reset and refocus, bringing you back to what truly matters. Another obstacle is the tendency to overthink or second-guess your choices. Living intentionally requires trust in your decisions, but self-doubt can creep in and cloud your clarity. Here, the Zen concept of beginner's mind can be incredibly helpful. Approach each moment with curiosity and openness, as if you're experiencing it for the first time. This mindset allows you to let go of perfectionism and embrace the flow of life, making it easier to stay aligned with your intentions. Procrastination is another common barrier. When faced with tasks that feel daunting or uninspiring, it's tempting to put them off. To overcome this, break your tasks into smaller, manageable steps and approach each one with mindfulness. For example, instead of thinking about the entire project, focus on completing just one small part of it. By staying present and taking it step by step, you'll find it easier to stay on track and maintain your focus. External pressures can also derail your intentions. Whether it's societal expectations or the demands of others, these influences can pull you away from your values. In these moments, it's important to reconnect with your inner compass. Ask yourself, does this align with what I truly want? If the answer is no, practice saying no with kindness and clarity. Remember, living intentionally means honoring your own needs and boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. Finally, self-criticism can be a major obstacle. When you fall short of your intentions, it's easy to judge yourself harshly. Instead, adopt a Zen-inspired attitude of self-compassion. Acknowledge your missteps without dwelling on them and gently guide yourself back to your path. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend, recognizing that growth is a process, not a destination. By addressing these challenges with Zen-inspired practices, you can stay focused on your intentions and continue moving toward a life of clarity and purpose. Remember, the journey of intentional living is not about avoiding obstacles but learning to navigate them with grace and mindfulness. Each challenge is an opportunity to deepen your practice and strengthen your connection to what truly matters. Now, let's take a closer look at how living with intention creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. When you align your actions with your values and live mindfully, the impact doesn't stop with you. It spreads outward, touching the lives of others and even influencing the world around you. Think of it like dropping a pebble into a still pond. The ripples move outward, reaching places you might not even see. Living intentionally begins with small, deliberate choices. For example, when you choose to approach your day with kindness and presence, it not only improves your own well-being but also affects how you interact with others. A simple act of patience or a moment of genuine listening can uplift someone else's day, creating a chain reaction of positivity. This is the power of intention. It transforms ordinary moments into opportunities for connection and growth. On a broader scale, intentional living can inspire those around you. When people see you making thoughtful decisions, staying grounded, and prioritizing what truly matters, they may feel encouraged to do the same. Your actions become a quiet invitation for others to reflect on their own lives and consider how they might live more mindfully. In this way, your intentionality becomes a gift to your community, fostering a culture of awareness and compassion. But the ripple effect doesn't stop there. Living with intention also has a profound impact on the world at large. When you make choices that align with your values, whether it's reducing waste, supporting ethical businesses, or simply being present in your relationships, you contribute to a collective shift toward greater harmony and sustainability. These small, consistent actions add up, creating a wave of change that can address larger societal and environmental challenges. Zen teachings remind us that everything is interconnected. Your thoughts, words, and actions are part of a vast web of life, and each choice you make sends vibrations through that web. By living intentionally, you become an active participant in shaping a more mindful, compassionate world. It's not about grand gestures, but about the steady, deliberate effort to align your life with what truly matters. So, as you continue on your journey toward Zen clarity, remember that your intentions have the power to create ripples of positive change. Every mindful choice you make, no matter how small, contributes to a larger movement toward peace and understanding. By living with intention, you not only transform your own life, but also become a force for good in the lives of others and the world as a whole. As we bring this journey to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the 25 steps to Zen clarity we've explored together. Each step, from embracing the present moment to living with intention, builds upon the last, creating a powerful framework for inner peace and focus. These practices aren't just isolated ideas, they're interconnected tools that, when used together, can transform the way you experience life. By simplifying your surroundings, practicing gratitude, and cultivating stillness, you create a foundation for clarity that grows stronger with each mindful choice. Remember, Zen clarity isn't about perfection or achieving some distant ideal. It's about the small, consistent actions you take every day, whether it's letting go of attachments, finding joy in simple pleasures, or embracing silence. Each step you take brings you closer to a life of purpose, presence, and peace. And as you've seen, the ripple effect of these choices extends far beyond yourself, touching the lives of those around you and contributing to a more mindful world. Now it's your turn to take the first step. Start small. Choose one practice that resonates with you and commit to it. Maybe it's spending a few minutes in meditation each morning, decluttering a corner of your home, or simply pausing to savor a moment of stillness. Whatever it is, know that every effort counts. The journey to Zen clarity is a personal one, but you don't have to walk it alone. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a step on your path to clarity. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What practice are you most excited to try? Let's support each other as we move toward lives filled with peace, purpose, and presence. Together, we can create ripples of positive change, one mindful moment at a time. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I can't wait to see where your path to Zen clarity takes you.